Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. I'm Rob, your host, and today my beautiful wife, as she does sometimes, is joining us again. And how are you, babe?
I'm good. How are you?
And this is my wife. I said my wife. Her name is Sandra. How are you, Sandra?
I'm fine.
Yeah, people need to know your name, right?
Yes.
Rude of me. But I'm going to say, Sandra, this is going to be, we're talking about wines on this episode today, and it's going to be a series that we're going to start doing. Are you going to be a regular on this series?
I am going to try to be a regular. Yes, I am.
All right. Sweet. So hopefully we'll have, Sandra and myself and we'd
whoever
love to,
we can get.
Yeah, we'll have some other people on. Absolutely. We'll find some friends that have some wines that they think are a bang for their buck. We'll do a show together and talk about them. So, but today's show, the inaugural show of Bang for Your Buck wines from Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard is about what, babe?
California cabs.
California cabs. And these are all cabs. At what price point are we setting today?
$25.
So today's show, $25 Cabernet Sauvignon from California. And we're kind of all over as far as regions.
Right.
But these are wines that we drink on a regular basis, or have, at least in the past, and still have in the fridge. These came from our fridge today. But we just think for what you pay for these wines, you really get a great deal.
Absolutely. These are really good wines and good price point.
Absolutely. I'm going to tell you that we're going to talk about prices. And, I looked just kind of, our shows could be all over, people all over listening to this. And I don't want them to think, man, you're full of crap telling me you get a wine for that price. You can't get it around here for that price.
Right.
Most of these we're in line with as far as price, what we're going to suggest today. There's one out of the 5 that we're talking about that I go, all right, here in Texas, Houston specifically is where we're at. We're getting a fantastic deal on this wine. That we're able to buy it all day long for this price. We're getting a deal. It still falls into that under $25.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. You just may not be able to get it for the deal that we're getting it at. But even at the price point that I see kind of on a national average, definitely still worth it. Still getting some bang for your buck for this wine.
Exactly.
So let's start with that one. That's actually the first one. What we're going to do is go from least expensive, what we pay, to most expensive as we review these 5 wines.
Right. And like you said again, they do vary from place to place on where you live.
Yep. So go ahead, jump right in, babe. What
so
are we doing
the first one is the Francis Coppola Claret. This has been a favorite of mine for a long time.
Long time. Really good wine. Mm-hmm. This, to me, is kind of that exception to the rule. And what is that rule you're asking?
What is that rule
You're asking, babe?
Yeah, I'm asking.
Let me tell you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, kind of knowing where the fruit comes from, what part of California the fruit comes from when making the wine. Mm-hmm. And this one doesn't give you a specific region. It just says California on it. So typically I would say I'm not going to buy a wine that just says California on the label. I want to know where, I don't want fruit from all over the place that they're trying to blend together to make wine. I want to know where the fruit is coming from. And so typically I wouldn't buy a wine that says California on the label. I want to know, where's my fruit coming from?
Right.
I want to know I'm
you
getting
want to know where you're
bottle.
getting it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is the exception to that. And it's only the exception because friends of ours recommended to us years ago. And at that time, we were wine idiots and didn't know to look at labels and things like that. And I'm glad we didn't on this specific one because it's really good.
It's very good.
It's a fantastic wine for what we pay for it. And I think what you pay nationally on a national average for this wine. So tell them what's in it, babe. This is the Francis Coppola Claret. The name sounds familiar. Yes, it's the director.
Mm-hmm. And it's from his director's series?
Diamond Collection.
Diamond Collection.
Yep,
he has a director's one. So yes, this is from his Diamond Collection. And this one is 80% Cab, 17% Petit Verdot, 2% Syrah, and 1% Malbec.
Yeah, and all of these, because we're doing Cabernet Sauvignon, they're going to have kind of a, they're all going to be cab heavy.
And I want to say that this one has the fewest grapes blended in it than the other ones that we have.
This one has 4?
4. The Cab, the Petit Verdot, Petit Syrah, and Malbec.
Yeah.
All the other ones have a little bit more of something else, but this is the only one.
At least one other varietal that's in there. All of these, when you list, in California or in the U.S., if you're going to list it as a Cabernet Sauvignon, it has to have at least 75% of that grape to be able to be called that. It's not 100% cab, so it still has some other blending grapes, and that's what we want to let you know. And that's where the winemaker and his, ability to be kind of creative and kind of taste things and trial and error, and then finally he finds a blend that he likes, and that's what goes in the bottle. So all of these are going to be Cabernet Sauvignon, but they're all going to have a little bit of a blend. They're just, each of them are over 75% cab as we start talking about these. Francis Coppola Claret, it's right at 14% alcohol. As we said earlier, man, honey, it's that typical cab, right? Big and bold, big fruit.
Bold, fruit forward on the nose. It's really flavorful.
Yeah, and the fruit you're typically going to get in these types of
like
wine.
Some cherry and
black cherry and
some
blackberry, some plum, maybe a little tobacco, little oak. It's not over oaked.
No.
So it's really just, if you like cabs and you're kind of building your way up, or you've had a cab somewhere and you're getting into wine, and you want to start drinking some more cabs, and
don't want to spend a lot of money.
Don't want to spend a lot. This is bang for your buck right here.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's our first wine, the Claret from Francis Coppola.
I like it.
All right, the next one we're going to talk about, babe, is
the Decoy.
No, you skipped one.
I did skip one. It's the Freak Show.
The Freak Show.
Freak Show. And this one we bought because of the label on it. The label is just really cool and unique. It looks very circusy, and
you say that because most of the other wines were recommended from friends that we knew were drinking these as well.
Right.
That's how we learn. So that's what we're trying to do for you guys to do today, make some recommendations. But to your point, go ahead. That one wasn't a recommendation.
It was one that we said, the label looks pretty cool, because a lot of the times you buy with your eyes and you're like, that looks pretty. Let me try that. But this one is very unique. Like I said, very circus fair type looking label, and
not fair. This would be more carnival.
Carnival. That's what I want to say. Carnival looking label with a little ticket that gives all the
the back label that kind of talks about the wine details is in the
little
looks
ticket,
like a ticket to get into a show.
Yeah.
Really
and
cool.
So
great marketing.
That one is super delicious too, and very good.
What region? You remember?
That one is a Lodi. Lodi.
Good job, babe.
Michael David.
That's
Michael
right.
and David, two people.
Michael David is a label, but it is two people. You're exactly right. These are the Phillips brothers, and they do a really good job making wines. One of your favorite Sauvignon Blancs is
Michael David.
Is a Michael David, yeah. So coming out of Lodi, what we've come to find from that fruit is it's a little sweeter. So, this is still a cab. Still going to get that, black fruit and, a little bit of oak, a little bit of spice, some cocoa, but it's going to be a little bit sweeter. This would be the only one that I would say is a little sweeter
than the Claret.
Out of the five that we're talking about today. This one I would describe that way. The other ones I won't. I've come to learn that fruit from Lodi is just typically a little sweeter than the fruit from other regions of California.
Right.
So this one we paid. You know how much we paid for that, babe? Freak Show.
Was it about $12? No, 17.
Well, you're all over.
I am. I cannot remember.
I'm going to tell you what we paid for this. $16 is what we pay for Freak Show.
Okay, I was right in the middle.
Yeah, Freak Show we pay $16 on a regular basis. I think, I see on a national average. I think I saw it as about $18, $19 on average, which we're still kind of close to that. But it's still great bang for your buck. It's less than $25, and it's one of our favorites. It's a great wine. It's well structured. They do a really good job. It's 14.5% alcohol on this wine, and you're still going to have that garnet color, that aromas of cranberry, and you're going to get some dark chocolate and a little bit of vanilla with some spice in there. So it's just a nice wine. And I would say all of these wines, and for me, anything from Napa Valley or California in general, in that cab category, you can eat them with pizza, you can eat them with a steak, or you can just sit out back and kind of porch pound.
I have also even seen these in restaurants.
Well, sure.
They're all, so they're easily, when you go out to nice dinner, you can even see it at a restaurant and off the wine list, which is really nice.
Absolutely. Your point is they're quality enough to make somebody's wine list.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right. All of these that we've seen on wine lists at some point or another. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But they're all great with food, and like I said, they're all great just to sit out back or just to, record a podcast and have a glass as we're doing today.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go. So easy drinkers, really are. All right, babe. Next one.
The next one. Now, this one is the Decoy. This one is out of Duckhorn, part of Duckhorn.
Yeah, it's not out of Duckhorn. It's from Sonoma County, but it's the little brother, as you said earlier.
Duckhorn.
Little brother to Duckhorn. It's their second label. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Tell us about it, honey.
Well, this one, let's see. This one is 85% Cab, 10% Merlot, 3% Zinfandel, 1% Petit Verdot, and 1% Petit Syrah.
How much Cab did you say?
85.
85. Okay. Mm-hmm. What vintage is this one? 16. Is that what you have?
No, I have a 17.
Okay, I'm looking at this one, which is a 16. So it's a little bit off. That's cool because you said 85%. This particular vintage is 2016, and it's 88% Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh.
8% Merlot, 2% Petit Verdot, 1% Petit Syrah, and 1% Cab Franc.
So it's this.
So this has Cab Franc, and yours has something that was different.
Petit Syrah and Zinfandel.
Zinfandel. So Cab Franc and Zinfandel are kind of...
Well, that's interesting because they all make them a little different.
Every year.
So 2017 is a little different
than 2016.
That's what's nice about wine. You never
what
know
makes
what
it
you're
fun,
going to get.
Every year it's a little bit different.
Just a little bit.
Grapes can be different just based on, how the weather was, the season was for growing, how long it was, and all these different, factors play a part in what kind of wine the wineries get at the end of the season when they start harvesting. So, yeah, still a great wine, as you said, babe, from Duckhorn. And if you know Duckhorn out of Napa Valley, you know you're getting really good wine when they put something in the bottle. And this comes from that family. So right away, I have confidence that this is going to be really good wine, and it is.
It's very good.
It's really good.
This is one that we've had plenty of times and enjoyed with lots of friends and dinners. And you're right, still do.
Yeah, it's a great wine, and at the price, you know what we pay for this one? You guys can tell 17. I was going to say you can tell who buys all the wine when I keep asking her what I pay for it. Yeah, $17 a bottle, all day, every day, and again, that's a great price. I see kind of on the national average, this wine about $19 to $22. So it seems like here in Texas we're getting great deals on wine, but even at $19 to $22, you're getting a fantastic deal on this wine. Big bang for your buck. Definitely go out and buy it. Even if you're paying $22, $23, I think you're still getting a good deal for this.
You're getting a very good deal.
So that's Decoy, and that is the 2016 from Sonoma County. So that's number 3 in our list. What's number 4, babe?
Number 4 is your favorite and what we're drinking right now, the Rutherford Ranch.
Yes.
Cabernet.
Out of the 5 wines that we have that we're recommending today, this is easily my favorite. I think the Rutherford Ranch Cabernet Sauvignon from Napa Valley is a fantastic wine. And what we pay for it, it's like, super fantastic wine because for that price point, it's just really, really good. As you heard me say, it's Cabernet Sauvignon, Rutherford Ranch from Napa Valley. Anytime you can get a wine where the fruit is from Napa Valley, you're getting a good deal. Mm-hmm. I mean, what's in the bottle should be good because the fruit from that area is typically really good. And, good fruit, good wine. Yeah, absolutely. So anytime you look at a label and you're considering buying something and you see it say Napa Valley, you're getting good wine. It's kind of what I was talking about earlier. California, you're not so sure where it comes from. Napa Valley should be a, no-brainer all day long.
Absolutely. It's delicious and could drink this all. So
what do we pay for? What do I pay for this one?
This one, I know at Costco you can get like for $14.
$14
at Costco here in
at our grocery
area.
Store.
It's about $17.
No.
Okay.
$19.
Okay.
$18.99. You're not too far off.
That's right.
Hopefully people are paying less than us. Man, I hope everybody, comments or says something and says, man, I'm getting those wines. You're overpaying, and it'd be great. But I think
we're getting a pretty good deal. If I'm
being honest, yeah, I think here in Texas, in this Houston market, we're getting really good deals on these wines, as I looked around nationally at these prices, because this Rutherford Ranch, on average, is about $25 to $28 nationally. So it's right at that $25 nationally, sometimes a little bit more. I will tell you that if you go on to some of the wine websites like wine.com or Vinvino, where you can buy wine, and other places, everybody had this for about $22, $23 a bottle. So you can get it. It may not be in your grocery store, but you can get it everywhere for less than $25 a bottle.
That's a good steal.
It's a steal.
It's a bargain.
Absolutely is. It's a great wine. I would tell you that I would pay easily $35 for this, and I wouldn't feel bad. I would feel like I'm still getting a good deal. I'm glad I don't have to.
Yeah.
But I would. I'm just telling you that's how good this wine is. I like it that much. So
that's how much you like it.
That's how much I like it, babe. That's number 4 in our list.
That's number 4.
So California cabs, bang for your buck, $25 or less. We went through 4. Last one, honey. What do we got?
Last one, Hunt and Harvest.
Hunt and Harvest. And again, getting a steal here, babe. It's from, where's the fruit from?
From Napa Valley.
Napa Valley. Right away we know. Man, it should be pretty good, and Chris Chambers taught us that, right? Years ago.
Yes, he did.
Anytime you see something that says Napa Valley, you know you're getting a good wine.
Quality fruit.
This one definitely falls into that category. We're right at the ceiling for what we're doing today, $25 or less. And this one for us is $25 whenever we buy it. Unless we buy 6 or more, then we get that little 10% off.
You get a nice little discount.
But, if we just go in and buy a bottle, it's $25, $24.99.
Yep. And this one is what, 84% Cab?
84% Cab.
And 10% Petit Verdot, 2% Merlot, 2% Petit Syrah, and 2% Malbec. So it's a lot of Cab.
A lot of Cab.
With a little bit of everything else.
That's exactly right. 14.5% alcohol, and again, like we said earlier about the other wines, it's that Cab. So you're going to get big and bold. It's going to be fruit forward. You're going to get black fruit dominant, a little bit of red fruit, a little bit of oak. This one's not real oaky either, but you're going to get some, dark spices, a little bit of char on it. Just a really good wine. Nice wine to have with a dinner. Nice wine just to sit around and have a glass.
Just to sit around. I mean, that's what we're doing right now too.
Yeah, just chit chatting, right? People who will listen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's our 5 wines. Did we talk about Rutherford Ranch? What was in that? I don't think we did.
I don't think we did.
For everybody who's listening, tell them real quick. Rutherford Ranch, what is the blend?
Rutherford Ranch, it's 85% Cabernet, 7% Malbec, 4% Merlot, 3% Petit Syrah, and 1% Petit Verdot.
And that's right at 14% alcohol as well. So that's our 5 wines for the episode today that we're recommending. So this is going to be a new series, Bang for Your Buck Wines. This is our first one. It's going to be Cabs from California, $25 or less. Yeah. Should we run through them again real quick?
Sure. What are we going to say about that? Well, first we got at the lower price point, but really good wine is the Claret from Francis Coppola.
Yep, we pay about $12. National average about 17 to 22.
Yep. Then the second one is the Freak Show with a really cool label on it that we enjoyed, and that one is from Michael and David out of Lodi. And how much is that one?
$16 we pay on a regular basis.
$16.
Yep. And then?
Then it's Decoy, which is part of the Duckhorn family or baby brother or a branch of Duckhorn. And that is Cab. It's out of California, Napa.
Sonoma County.
Oh, it's Sonoma County. That's right. Sonoma County. And how much do we pay for that?
$17 on a regular basis.
$17.
And again, I see that for like 19 to 22, which is still a great value. Still bang for your buck when you buy that wine.
And then the next one is Rutherford Ranch. Yep. And that one is out of Napa Valley.
Napa Valley fruit, yep.
And how much do we pay for that?
We pay $19 or $14 at Costco.
14
National average, I see it right at, $25, $27. Yeah. So we're really getting a good deal on that one too.
And then the last right at our ceiling of $25 is Hunt and Harvest.
Hunt and Harvest. And again, Napa Valley fruit, really good wine. National average, a little bit more than that, $28 to $30. Still great value, But like I said, you can get online and find it at Vinvino and some other places where you can get a better price than maybe what you're seeing in your market at the grocery store or at the wine store. So that's our episode. That's episode number 1 in the books, babe.
It is. And I just want to ask you something. What did the grape say when it was crushed?
Are you really doing this?
Yeah, nothing. It just let out a little wine.
All right, I'm sorry, everyone. My kids on a daily basis get these jokes. But for everybody who maybe didn't hear that, go ahead and say it again.
I said, what did the grape say when it was crushed? Nothing. It just let out a little wine.
All right, that's my wife. Are you going to have a joke for us every time we do an episode?
Probably.
Okay, cool. All right. That's episode number 1. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it helped you out if you're looking to get into some Napa cabs and maybe you've been into them and you've been around that, $8 to $12 range and you're looking to kind of step it up a little bit, or maybe you're looking to get into cabs for the first time. You had a glass at a friend's house or something. You're trying to get in. Your budget's right around $25 or less.
These are perfect.
These are great suggestions. There's definitely a lot of other ones. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure we'll come back to this region. It's a popular region. We'll come up with some other ones that we like.
And if you have suggestions,
you guys have suggestions, definitely join our Facebook group, Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. Hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up on Instagram. Let us know what you guys are drinking at these price points and what you think is fantastic for what you're paying for it. And we'd love to go out. If we're not drinking it, we'll love to go out and buy it and give it a shot. All right, everyone, that's our show for today. We appreciate you guys listening. Thank you for joining this episode of Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. And until our next episode, enjoy your next pour.